Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Daily Tarot Reading for Friday, January 24th, 2020. Congratulations on making it to Friday. I'm sure you're all excited, and I'm sure you're all looking towards the weekend with a lot of anticipation, a lot of thoughts, and hopefully a lot of fun coming your way. So let's start the reading today and see what the energy for this Friday is all about. What you want to keep in mind, what you want to strategize with, and basically just, hey, heads up, right? So let's get these cards shuffled up and let's get them laid down on the table. There we go. I think we're ready. And let's start, shall we? So let's get this first pile down, our second pile, and finally now, our third. All right. And where shall we go today? First, second, or third pile? I'm oddly drawn to this first one. So let's see what we have. Okay, we have the Five of Wands. Let's talk a bit about the Five of Wands and let's get a sense for what we want to keep in mind for the day. First off, it's a 5, so when we look at the minor arcana and we look at 5s, that sometimes can mean a little bit of chaos, conflict, that sort of thing. So when we look at the 5 of Wands, some of the key terms we want to keep in mind, some of the ideas we want to keep in mind, and some key words. Conflict comes to mind, fighting, arguments, disagreements, perhaps struggle or opposition. Maybe you've got an idea and someone's going to be opposing it. Clashing personalities come to mind. Chaos, unruliness, being defensive or territorial even comes to mind. Being a little rough. And of course, none of this would be complete without being a little petty, right? So with the general meaning to all of this, obviously it's going to be one of those days. You could be involved in some conflicts, some disagreements, and some arguments. There could be some significant opposition to things you may want to do or ideas that you may have. Now, we control our own day and we control our own responses to the day. So the best advice I can give you on a day like today is take the high road. Whatever is going on, let it be. Whatever could be happening, give your thoughts, give your advice, and then move forward. Don't get there in a senseless argument and don't try to change a mind that can't be changed. You know, you're just going to be spinning your tires and you are just going to be frustrated. So when we look at a relationship and a idea in this card, and I'm having a hard time keeping a straight face because Coco is right over here and she's sort of helping out with the reading a little bit today. But when we look at the love and relationship aspect to all of this, this obviously means a little bit of conflict, a little bit of arguments, and a little bit of fighting with you, a significant other, or with a close friend. That all being said, even though there may be some frustration, some irritation, and some pent-up aggression or even competitiveness, just try to understand that you do love these people and this is going to pass. And if it's something where you can take the higher road and let them win this bout, let it go, let it happen and just move on. Why bother going through the pettiness? Why bother going through ego in order to get something you want where it really won't make a matter of difference? When you look at stuff from the past, a year ago, you probably can't even remember what the argument or the issue was all about. That's how little these things are from the day-to-days. So why bother making it into something big if we don't have to? From a money and a career standpoint, obviously this is where we make our living. This is where we get our money for our private lives. So we're going to take this a little bit more seriously, right? Well, do we really have to? Again, it's a day. It's an issue that's going on, and it could be chaotic, but it doesn't have to make or break us. We can move forward through it. We can deal with the clash. We can even let other colleagues go through it and step back and do something on our own. We don't have to put ourselves right in the middle of it. And if, in my situation sometimes, someone tries to put us in the middle of it, we can find our way through that and get out of it and move forward. We don't need to be coming down to levels of he said, she said, issues, arguments, and stuff like that. Put your best foot forward, give your best idea, and let that seed sink. If it takes root and it grows, great. If they don't want to hear it and they trounce upon it, whatever, move forward, let it go. We don't need to get ourselves in a situation that can cause us angst, anxiety, a lot of the other things that come along with these type of fights. Now, one thing you do want to keep in mind with all of this is we control our responses and our reactions. And I always use the term response rather than react. If you've been on this channel before, you understand my explanation behind all of that. When we react, it's a visceral thing. It's something where we're not even thinking. We're just creating a feeling and putting it into words. When we respond, it's because we've taken some time out. We've thought of how we want to address this. We thought of the best way possible, the best strategy possible to serve our own good. And the key word is that, our own good. Make sure to try to respond today and not react. There's no sense in reactions. Reactions just cause deeper and more troubling sometimes issues. Where we step back and we respond, if nothing else, we're going to look like we're putting thought and energy into the situation. Hopefully we are, and it's not just you're going inside the other room to have a cup of coffee and not think about it. But the reality of it is, people respect responses much more than reactions. Even on a subliminal level, they do. If you've taken some time out and you come back with a response, people will actually take a little bit more gravity to that just because of and I don't want to use this term lightly, but because of the theatrics of it, because you took time out to give it some thought to move forward. And that's always much better than just reacting to something viscerally. So take that for what it's worth, take this for what it's worth, and understand it's Friday. So no matter what you're going through today, I know tomorrow's card is going to be better. All right? So be safe, be well, be blessed, and make it a great day for yourselves. All right? And I'll see y'all tomorrow.